Welcome Spanos Antics fans. In this episode, the Volvo goes on the rolling road to see if that Supercharger has stuffed some more ponies inside that motor. But before we do that, we just quickly fix the hole in the bonnet. Let's get to the action. Right, well, I've been driving this Volvo around with a big hole in it for a while, and water's getting in, and it's just not good. So I'm trying to think of a plan. I tried to get a buddy of mine who's good at metalwork to take it on. He's not interested, he's too busy, yada yada, so do it myself. Plan is, I've measured from here to here, so I've sort of done straight lines that are 27 centimetres off this shoulder. I put a slice in, and then I plan on pulling this up enough to clear the Supercharger pulley and then run it across. I also want that have to make infill pieces to go on the sides, and I want them to have the same angle as that profile. Basically, it's a whole lot of messing about. Right, got the sides tacked on. Perfect, it's going to get me going. I might redo this in the future, but hey ho. Right now I've just cut a lid out of some old metal, sheet metal, and that'll fill in that missing section. Now that's all tacked in, so there we go. One bonnet hump. We are back at Car Technic in the Volvo to put it back on the rolling road to see if this Supercharger has actually done anything or whether it was just a big expensive experiment. Now, things to consider are, I've got two pulleys. I've got the 86mm pulley that my buddy made me, and I've got the 80mm pulley that ELATE sent me. We're going to start with the 86, see how much boost it's making, because I've got a feeling it's making more boost than it's supposed to. If it isn't, then we'll swap out for the smaller one. I've also got the other ECU. So I've got the Supercharged ECU remap and the normal ECU remap. So depending on the fueling, I may swap it out because she's looking a little on the rich side. She's still breathing pretty hard and chucking oil everywhere, but you know, race car. let's add a bit more boost, shall we? we're back. Pulley has changed. Are we going to make more power? Don't know. I don't believe it. Well, the air fuels aren't really affected by the two different pulleys, is it really? Is the grey one the last one?
No.
No.
It doesn't affect that fuel much.
And that's with... Oh, it does make more power
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Shit, low down as well, look.
All across the board.
Oh, that's better. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at it there. Okay, well, we're back from the dyno, and that was a pretty awesome result. 150 horsepower pickup from where we were before. Because I put the car on the same dyno, you can really see the differences of where the power band is. I'd like to just go through the results with you guys, for anyone else doing this, and you can see the different pulleys and how they affect power and when it comes in. I thought it was quite interesting, so let's have a little look through the paperwork. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this, shall we? Okay, so let's have a look at these drawings. We'll start off with this one. This one shows us our NA, it's before Supercharger, and our after Supercharger application. This shows us the difference that the Supercharger made. And you can really see a big difference throughout the entire rev range. Especially when we get to mid-range, about 4,500 RPM. You know, we're seeing we're seeing like 100 horsepower difference. 100 horsepower mid-range at like 4 to 4.5k. And you can see the torque curve as well. It's just massively different. Look at the yellow torque curve. It just powers up as that Supercharger starts winding. And you can really see that on the naturally aspirated, it sort of runs out of puff around 5k, as where this one, the Supercharger one, actually just keeps going. And it's not until it sort of hits the rev limiter up here that it all gets a bit squiffy. So let's move over to the two pulley versions. Let's put them side by side, let's overlap them as much as we can. On this side, we have the 86mm pulley, and on this side, the 80mm pulley. And once again, you can see quite a big difference. I did have an overlap. Horsepower, overall, not really that much difference. But look at the torque. Nearly an extra 50 foot-pound of torque. And it really comes in early. That's what I really noticed the difference. With the smaller pulley, it picks up so much quicker, so much earlier. You know, we're making, what, 300 horsepower at 3,500. And at this one, we're making 3,500. What we're making 225 horsepower. So that's a huge difference. Although the overall horsepower, it's just how we get there. Only problem is boost. The 68mm pulley comes in at half a pound of boost, which is what, 7 and a bit psi. The 80mm pulley, if you follow the boost curve, she comes in a bit higher. She's pushing closer to 9.5 psi, which is kind of higher than my engine can take. So really, I need to run this pulley, but I want the results of this pulley. But actually, you know, we're only over boosting. Well, yeah, we're over boosting from 60,000 onwards, really. 5.5. The problem is I don't normally drive the car on the street. You know, I don't really pull it that much past. So I may run the smaller pulley for daily and then use this for Drag racing? I don't know. But you can also, if we're looking at the fueling, AFRs, they're running around the early 11s. You can see with the smaller pulley, where it's using more fuel, really starts to lean out on this top end. And I don't know if us running out of duty cycle or whether something's gone weird. But we didn't have time to explore all of that. But it's interesting. So yes, she made 58 horsepower with a smaller pulley, but made too much boost. This one is the safe one, less horsepower, still nice linear curve, just don't quite have that tug at the beginning that you get with the smaller pulley. So that's all the results on that. Quite interesting, really. It's made me think maybe it's time for another pulley. Maybe at 83mm pulley to kind of cut in between the middle. We got the winter, so it might be time to pull the engine apart. She's been low idling and got a bit of a misfire at low idle, which she's had ever. So it might be time to pull it apart and do pistons and rods. If anyone wants to sponsor me and buy me some pistons, that would be amazing. So yeah, we shall rebuild, and next year, if I do pistons and rods, then we might be able to add a bit more boost. But then it's the stock management issue. Then you need an ECU, and then blah, 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 you throw a load of money at it. So it's trying to keep it on a budget, but making it bomb-proof-ish. It's tricky. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you've not seen other videos on that Volvo, just check back. There's about 20 videos on the build of this car. Check it out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Take it easy. Like, subscribe, all of that chat. Pow.